Welcome, everybody. Okay, guys, welcome to the Fractal live Q&A. Hi, Andreas. Hi, Andreas. Hi, my friends. Welcome, everybody here. Okay, ready for the new appointment with this format. I hope that you like this format. I do this format every Saturday afternoon at this time, 3 o'clock in Italy, in Europe, in Middle Europe, Central European time. I don't know. Where are you? Cooper Carter. I don't know. Hello. Okay. Thank you so much to everybody. Where are you? Are in this moment. Welcome to my studio. As maybe some of you Canada, fantastic. I'm very happy to have many people from Canada because okay, I'm Italian and I have a lot of friends in Italy, but I have many friends also out of Italy. And this format is for everybody. My English is not so good, but maybe is most important, as much important, my knowledge about Fractal and to share with you what I know about Fractal. My goal, my target is to give you, to share with you my knowledge, how to do this, how to do that. In the last meeting, in the last live, I spoke about the clean amp. And now I would like to share with you some info regarding the high gain amp. After the live stream, you can have the preset on my store or on the g66.eu webpage. So you can download it. My intention is to get some factory presets, analyze it, and give you some hints, some tips, some tricks how to do this and that, and so on. Your English is fantastic. Thank you so much, Cooper. Switzerland, Andreas, thank you so much. I like that you put in the chat where are you from. To me, it's very, very nice. I live in the north of Italy, close to Venice, 35 kilometers from Venice, to have you an idea. So it's really fantastic to have this opportunity to share with you with the whole part of the world. Is amazing. 5 years ago, I never thought that was such kind of things was possible. Now is incredible. It's incredible. Smoker 0081 Germany. Thank you so much. In the beautiful part of yes, Riccardo, but also your city is very beautiful. All of Italy is really beautiful. Check from Thomas Mack. Yeah, Mirko. Ciao Marco, grazie per tutti i consigli che dai sempre. Ciao Mirko. Okay, also from Italian friends, you can type your your questions in Italian, it's better that you type it. You try to to write in English. Also, our friends can understand. So, okay. So, my idea is to share with you some information, to get some presets. And the preset I selected now to speak about and to try to find some solutions, some new solution, is the 23 factory preset. Let's go to the editor now. So you please write your questions on the chat. I am streaming now on my YouTube page, the G66 YouTube page, G66 Facebook page, my official page, and also on Twitch. So the five channels in the same time. So I'm very happy to have so many guests here. So you can type your questions. I suggest you to see the live stream on YouTube channel or on Twitch, because you can see the chat from the other friends. Okay. So, and the quality of the video and the audio is much better compared to Facebook page, but you can do what you want, of course. So let's start from this preset. It's the Friedman HBE100. This preset, as you can see here, has 4 scenes regarding and 4 channel of the amp that are related to the Friedman amp BEV1, BEV1 FET model, HBE and HBV1 FET. So first of all, to create my new presets, we can start from the most high gain amp channel. So let's have a look. Ciao Alessandro. Let's have a look of the different scenes and try to understand what is the better one, and then we started to develop our preset around the main important amp that we select. So let's proceed. Let's select the scene number 1. Okay, let's have a look on the amp. It is the Friedman BEV1. My guitar is a Tokai Les Paul mod, is similar to the Tokai. It's not high gain amp, is let's say, I can say crunch and mid gain amp, this one. Let's select the scene number 2. So it is the version FET. Nice. HB. And the last one. Okay, I like this one. The HBE V1 FET has more gain. So let's assume that this is our amp. So let's check first of all. The preset is really simple. There is the amp, cabinet, and reverb. So typically when I select the starting point to build my sound, okay, I select the factory preset, I scan the list of the preset and select the scenes that I like, and now I start to develop my sound. And of course, it is a matter of your personal taste, how to shape your sound regarding this. So you can prefer mid gain, low gain, high gain, more bright, more bass, and so on. So let's try to shape the tone with, okay, by knowledge, of course, my suggestions, and what is really important is also to create the sounds around, not all alone. You have to compare the sound with your, for example, favorite sound, or with a backing track, or with the sound that you wanted to reach. This is really important, because sometimes to develop the sound itself without to have any comparison to the other sound, okay, you have not, let's say, the target. You have to be, okay, I can go there, and you have always to see the place that you have to reach. This is really important, because, okay, sometimes you develop the sound, but at the end, the sound you produce is not suitable with the backing track or the genre or the music that you want to play. Okay. Okay. This guy. Ok, perfetto. Okay. So first of all, let's select the cabinets. Let's check if the cabinet is correct or not. To me, this sound is good, but there is too much bass. Of course, I'm using Les Paul, and the guitar typically influence a lot the sound itself, but not so much. When I create a preset, I like to have the same situation of the real world. So I have the amp, okay? I have a single coil guitar or humbucker guitar, and I don't want to make a preset for humbucker or for single coil. Many of people ask me, have you presets for humbucker or for that guitar instead of that guitar? No, I don't like to do this. I prefer to consider my rig as the rig that I had in the real world. The amp and the effects, the overdrive, and so on. In that case, you cannot change your amp. You have that amp, okay, you create your sound, and you change your guitar, and I like to have the sounds of the guitar itself. I don't want to tweak the presets to adapt the preset to the guitar, because to me it makes no sense. I select Stratocaster, I want the sound of Stratocaster on my rig. I select Les Paul, I want the Les Paul on my rig. Maybe some tweaks can be done, but it seems, for example, if I have a humbucker pickup, I have more output from the guitar, so I don't need, for example, extra overdrive or something else. With Stratocaster or with single coil pickup, I need, but I try to think in the same way of the past. So if I need more gain, I place a boost or an overdrive, and I switch off and on when I need more gain. Nothing else. I don't create a different preset. Typically, today I have a gig. Okay, I have one single preset for all the gig. I play in a band that we make a Toto. It's a Toto tribute. But I have a clean sound, I have a rhythm sound, I have a lead sound, okay? Some maybe extra clean or different, but the main sound are three, not more. There are some effects more, there is some chorus, the tune, delays, and so on, but the main sounds are three: clean, crunch, or rhythm, and lead. If I change guitar, the sound change, but it's what I want, because there are some guitars that are good for some songs, other guitar are not. The Les Paul in the Toto is perfect for Rosanna, for the first album, for example, where Steve Lukather used the Les Paul. Okay, in the last period, use different guitar, of course. So this is my idea. Of course, I am available to you with you to discuss about this Argo. I have to use my ears. Absolutely agree. So let's check. First of all, the amp is more or less the default settings. If I try to reset this block to start from the reset. Where is it? Block. Okay, reset current channel. This is the factory. Is very similar. To me, this sound is a bit dark, and but I don't want. Typically, when I work with the new amp, in most of cases I don't change so much the equalization of the amp, but I try to match the cabinet. The cabinet is, to me, responsible of the 60-70% of the sound, the entire sound of the rig. This is my opinion, because as you can see here, to me this preset has too much basses and it is too much dark. If I wanted to have more, I don't want to equalize the amp. I prefer to try to check if there is a different cabinet that give me better feeling with this amp. So to do this, I first of all check on the factory preset if there is other cabinet on the other channels of the cabinet. This is typically is what you have in the factory preset. So in this preset you have the Legacy Fractal Greenback with the M160 microphone. It is a ribbon microphone. Ribbon microphone is dark microphone. This is the reason that we have a so dark sound. In a combination with this other cabinet is a Fractal with V30. It is a really strange combination. But let's check if there is another cabinet here. No, this is the typical factory cabinet. So you can see the difference is quite high. And also too much basses. Okay, really bass. This bass is really tremendous when you are in the gig on the stage, because these basses influence a lot your PA, and you have to think about how much bass goes to the PA and on the subwoofer. You have big subwoofer, you have big PA, and so now on the headphone, okay, you can have a feeling of the bass, but not not comparable with what you have on the PA on the stage. I make a lot of practice around this, and I can tell you this preset is too dark to me, too much basses. Okay, use the low cut, but okay, I can use the low cut. I agree with you, but. Okay, I can check on the preamp. The low cut is on 52 Hertz. I can rise up to 120, typically is a typical value. But to me, this preset sounds too dark in any case. So let's try to select different channel. Don't change the factory preset, the factory cabinet. Don't change. Use the channel to make the A and B comparison. This is really useful and give you the best feeling to compare A with B. Okay, so let's select B channel. So we have Command I to reset the cabinet. So this is the 1x4, very small cabinet. And try to select different cabinet. Typically with the Friedman, I do this. First of all, I start from the 4x12 cabinet. Okay, so I type 4x12 in the search. Okay, select all banks. Okay, pin these windows is very useful. So I can scan all cabinet. This is really useful to understand the voice of the cabinet, and you can hear the voice influence a lot the sound. This is the reason that I say the cabinet influence 60-70% of the sound. So try to understand the voice of different cabinet family. If you want to have this Monkey's cabinet, I remember you. This one, I try to, just a moment. If you go to the Wikipedia, Fractal Wikipedia, I show you immediately. Wiki Fractal. Okay. Just a moment. Wiki Fractal is your holy Bible. Okay. Okay. So this is the wiki Fractal, and you can you can select the cabinet model list. So you have the explanation of all factory cabinet we have here. So if I wanted to have the explanation of, for example, let's okay, sorry, 4x12, 4x12. The monkey is 57B. Okay, I select. Try to search monkey. Okay, so monkey, this is the description. Based on the cool-looking cabinet with V30 speakers, source cab pack cabs in the attic. So this is okay. It is a cabinet from the Fractal library available. So, and you have the Recto cabinet, for example, is based on the vintage Mesa Boogie rectifier and so on. So any cabinet has its own family, and is described with the number of the speakers, 4x12. Okay, the family of the cabinet, the name of the microphone, in this case 57, A, B, C, D, and a different position, typically are different option and position of the microphone on the cabinet. And you have to select and try to change a different cabinet because any combination is completely different. And the best result is only to try to make practice, to have the experience, and there is no special tricks, special magic things that you can do. Only your experience, only your practice, and so on. So let's come back on the editor. Okay, let's come back to the cabinet. So we are in the monkey, 4x12. Okay, let's spin these windows. So let's select a different cabinet. Try all the combination. This cabinet is the same, but the difference between the monkey 57B and C is only the position of the microphone. And sometimes the difference is so huge. And so on, and so on, and so on. Which monitors, what does mean? Which monitors, Kendall? What do you mean with which monitors? Do we know what monitor he's using? I'm not using monitors in this moment, Kendall. I'm using my headphone. My headphone is a Beyerdynamic DT770 Pro 80 ohms. Okay, I'm not using monitor. Otherwise, the microphone captures the sound of the monitors, of course. But the monitors is up to me. What I can hear from my monitors is not what you are hearing. You are using your monitors to hear my sounds because I'm connected on my audio interface and I am directly on the YouTube on the network. So there is no any influence about my monitors or my headphone and so on. Okay, so. Let's select a different cabinet. This is Monkey Family. This is nice. Typically Citrus by Valhall is my favorite impulse responses. Oh, this is completely different sounds. This is a Marshall 9060A. So, let's consider what is our target, what is the sound that we want to do. We have a Friedman. Try to think a guitar player is Friedman. My think is Steve Stevens. So, first of all, we can select a Steve Stevens song, for example. This is what I typically do. Artist, Steve Stevens. I open my Apple Music and Steve Stevens. Steve Stevens, I love this sound, for example, Atomic Playboys. And try to play over this song. Akira Takasaki, for example, but Steve Stevens is much more close to me. Yeah, okay. And I love so much these sounds. This is the original recording from Steve Stevens. And we don't know if Steve used Friedman in this recording. Okay, so this is the sound, but as you can understand and you can hear, the sound of the record is more bright of my sound. And this is the problem. This is a really big problem. Sometimes many guitar players says, I create my sound at home, but when I go to the stage, when I have the gig, the sound is completely different, so on and so on. You have to make a very good practice around your target. What is your target? Is Steve Stevens? Is Akira Takasaki? Is this and that and so on? The problem is that. So try to play in the same backing track, in the same songs of your favorite guitar player. And try to shape the sounds close to that. This is the only way to get the sound. Because if I try to create the sound without any comparison, without any reference, it's really difficult to find the target. Okay? So this is my target, for example. So the sound is... this is really dark compared to this. So, but the voice is similar. What can I do to create more bright sound? So let's select different cabinet. No. So let's make it a short job. Otherwise, we stay all the time here. I select, for example, my favorite cabinet with different color here because you can select and colorize your favorite cabinet with a different color by click on the right mouse button and you can assign the color for your favorite cabinet. For example, one of my favorite is this 4x12 AX GB Greenback 57. I know this. So. Fantastic. I know, because after a lot of practice, I select this cabinet more or less. Also, this one is, but this is typical for the PV. Not good. Also, this one is nice. Okay, let's compare. As I told you, always compare your modification. It's really easy with the Fractal editor because As you remember, I select, I work on the channel B, and the factory is channel A. Okay, very nice. I forgot very important things. Don't modify, don't touch the original presets, but save the copy of these presets, okay, with the save to preset number to an empty slot, so you can easily compare what is your modification. So you can always compare your step with the first with the factory one. This is really really useful. Okay, Thomas Mack says I should add 2 more mids. Of course, in the mid range you can do what you want. My focus now is to cut the basses, because now the basses is still too high to me, and I know that these basses can influence typically the sound engineer know these issues and place on the guitar track a high pass filter starting from 120 Hz. So typical, every sound engineer do this, but we can do this also because now we are working like a sound engineer. This is a new step, a new frontiers of the digital modeler. Digital modeler plays the guitar player to work in the same way of the sound engineer. This, to me, is really important. So let's try to low cut, to rise up the low cut. Okay. Very nice. Okay, to me now is very nice. Let's check with the original record. Okay, very nice. So I can add mid, okay, here on the amp. This is absolutely up to you. It depends of you, depends of the guitar. On the mid range, there is all the things of the guitar. I can add more drive like this. Kendall asked me, are you using the high resolution settings? No, at the moment I'm using the standard one for the cabinet. There is no so big difference, standard and... but we can keep the ultra resolution. So let's have a look on the CPU consumption. We can use the ultra res. There are a bit more definition with the ultra res. And for most important, save now these presets. Okay. So now I give you an important thing. So the reverb settings. Reverb is very difficult to use. It's not easy. Typically on stage is not necessary, so I have too much high reverb. On the recording is really important because reverbs helps your sounds to be mixed in the mix. The reverb, if I switch off the reverb, when I play over the backing track, so the guitar is it is in another room, is not in the mix, and this is not nice. So reverb helps you. Typically, my favorite reverb could be, for example, the medium plate, for example. At 2 seconds. Or the medium plate or the studio. Studio is better. Medium plate is useful for the combo amp. Studio is an ambient reverb that is, to me, is better for the high gain preset. Another important thing is to have a look on the levels of the presets. So it's correct now. So the correct settings is around the 0. Don't take care if sometimes the signal goes to the red area. To me, the bass is still too high. Okay, so raise up. Sorry, there is a... Okay, the output of the FM3 is too high. So let's save these presets and compare to the initial one, to the factory one. If you remember, was the 23 C number 4. Okay. This is the original one. Okay, and this is my presets. What do you prefer, guys? This is my, and this is the factory. Okay, scene number 4. And this is my presets. Okay, of course, is a matter of test, but I'm only sharing with you my my taste and my tweaking on the factory preset. Then you play alone the first, but it's really too dark. Exactly, Andreas. Sometimes if you play alone the sound, it's very nice, very nice. But when you play on the backing track, you recognize the sound is completely different. It's not in the mix. It's too dark. It's too bright, and so on. So this is the reason that I suggest you to shape your tones. My favorite way is to play one of my favorite guitar player, one of my target, and try to shape the tone as close as possible to that tone. Okay, they both sound great. Yes, of course, but you consider, for example, let's come back to the initial. This is my preset. And this is the When I play on the bass, it's too much bass. Let's come back. So, okay. Sometimes considering that also the dark sound, that means that it's difficult to be in the mix in the correct way, to give the correct focus of the guitar. So it's absolutely up to you. The important thing is that you keep the guitar in the range of frequency of the guitar. Don't go too much on the bass. So let's cut the bass on 110, 120 is much better. Okay, so let's save this preset. So let's give a bit more the level because let me check there. And there is another effect of the bass. When I play, so if I play on the I in the I string, you can see the level. When I play on the bass, you can see the volume increase a lot. And this could be a problem. So sometimes it's better to don't go too much with the bass. Also with the depth control, I prefer to... Depth is a control that is on the let's say the bass control of the final the power amp of the amp. So this is this control regarding the preamp, okay, and this control regarding the power amp of the amp. So if you want to decrease the bass or the low frequency, is convenient to set up the depth control. Okay. Hello. When you replicate Rax sound, the CPU, how much increase? For example, parallel detune, Luke, delay track, chorus. Depends of the Duke. This is the question from the Duke 1789. Any kind of effect gives some CPU power consumption. So it depends of the effect itself. So you have to optimize your rigs in the way to use in the better way the CPU. Makes no sense to put the delay or reverbs that are not used. For example, you ask me about parallel detune. So instead to use the chorus effect, I don't want the chorus. I prefer the typical detune in parallel. So I can do this immediately, not a problem. Let's select the pitch shifter, okay, in parallel, like this. Okay, this is really helpful to give the typical 80 sounds. You have to remember to raise up the mix control. Also, the bypass mode has to be in the mute FX. Otherwise, you have a problem when you bypass the block. You have direct sound that added to the signal, so you have a double direct sound, and of course, the double volume. Detune, typically, the typical detune is minus 12 or minus 10. Like this one, minus 10 and plus 10. Okay. Pan pot to the extreme right, left and right. And this could be the typical. Of course, now is too much pitch, so in this case, don't touch the mix. The mix has to be at 100% because we are working in the parallel, and so raise down the level. So this is the pitch control, for example, the typical dual detune. I want to show you what's happened if you keep this block on truth. This is the block on. You can hear the volume rise down immediately. Why do this? Because there is the signal that pass through here in this line and also pass through here because the true bypass. So any block you put in parallel has to select on mute FX because no direct signal has to pass through this block. So you have to remember this because many people ask me, oh, there is dramatic volume and so on. Yes, of course, because when you put the block in parallel and you switch off the block, no signal has to pass through this spot. Okay, so we have also put the pitch block. So the flanger I don't need now, so I can cut off the flanger. The question from Alessandro Grullo: why I have put all the effect in series? I typically the ambient effects I put in parallel, but I'm modifying the factory presets number 23. So if you rewind this live stream, you will follow how I started. So I selected the preset number 23. Okay, the factory preset Friedman HBE 100. I can select here 023. Okay, this is the original one. Okay, and this is my modification. Okay, so I like these sounds. Okay, so in this case I can use these scenes like crunch or rhythm scenes. Let's call rhythm. Okay, I wanted to have a lead one. So typically I like these scenes. I select another scenes, for example, the number 3, and I go to the scenes, copy current scene to scene number 3. Okay, scene number 3 I call lead. And typically on the lead sound, what's happened? There is a bit volume more. You have different way to boost the volume. Typically, you can do, okay, you can put a volume block here, for example, at typically it's up to you, but I select typically 2.6 dB, or on the FM3 to save some space and CPU, I go to the output block, go to the scene level, and I say on the scene number 3, I select volume 2.6. This is my workflow. Of course, you can do what you want. So the difference between scene number 3 and 4 is the volume, nothing else. And typically on the lead, I like to have the delay, okay? Stereo tape is nice. Okay, let's give more delay. this sound is amazing, guys. And maybe I like to have more drive. Okay, so I have the drive control here. So this is typical TS808. Very nice, very nice. I give you another hint. This is a really secret hint, guys. Because drive block have a strong impact on the CPU. And let's try to create the lead sound without drive block, but with the boost. Ok? Suona incredibile, sì, è molto bello sto suono, questa chitarra qua. This sounds depends also, okay, Fractal is amazing, but also this guitar is amazing, guys. So, I know this. Compared to other Les Paul, this guitar is amazing. So, let's try, okay, to do a different things. So, this is the drive block. I deleted the drive block. Oh. So you can see also the CPU is remain very low. Save it. And for the lead sound, we can use the boost control. The boost control is embedded in the block, the amp block. So where is it? Sometimes is visible, sometimes not. Depends of the kind of amp. Typically, for example, the Friedman has no boost, but there is the boost in every kind of amplifier. You can, in the authentic desktop or dashboard, sorry, you have the real knobs of the real amp. But if you go to the ideal, you can also have added control like the input boost, the FET control, the bright switch, and so on and so on. And you, of course, try to work with this control because it's nice. You can modify. There is no limits to create the sound. Okay. So if I switch off the boost, not only, guys, if you go to the preamp section, you can also create different boost type. This is the input boost. You can select, for example, the circuit of the same overdrive, for example, the 808. So the boost now, if typically the neutral is simply a boost of 12 dB more. That's it. But if you select the T808, is the circuit of the tube screamer, and it is the same when we have the drive. It's not really the same, but it's really close to the when we have the drive block before the amp. But we have not the drive block, and you have more CPU available for this, and the effect is this. And you can try to change a different kind of boost to hear what is the best for you. Shimmer, HC. CC boost is amazing. For example, neutral boost gives more gain, but the sound is too fat to me. So as I try, typically I like to use the T808 or the Shimmer, or the AC boost is really nice. And it's depend also of the amp, because any amp sounds different with the different booster. Okay, so we select the CC booster. You can also tweak the amount of boost level. Of course, there is an issue, because the input boost is fixed in this moment, as you can see. So if I select the rhythm channel, okay, the boost still switch on. How can you switch on and off the boost with the synth? Very easy. Assign the modifier, okay, the modifier control switch number 1. So in this case, the boost value depends of the value of the control switch. At the control switch one, you have two possibilities. You can select switch and off with the foot switch control of your foot switch, FC6, FC12, and of course, very simple. For example, if I wanted to go to the FC edit and say, select, for example, this view, the view number 3, I want, for example, category, control switch, latching, for example. So when I push, I switch on, and when I push again, I switch off. And this is very easy. So I can use the foot switch of my pedal board to select the boost. Another thing is the possibility to use the controllers in the controllers menu. Okay, go to the control switch per scenes. Okay. Set all off, and now you can decide which scenes as the control switch you want. You have 6 control switch, and you can map the status of the control switch here. So as I told you, my scene 3 is the lead, so I want the control switch on. The scene number 4 as off, and so on. So let's come back to the amp, and you can here save. And you can see here, this is the boost. The yellow mark indicate that this control is assigned to the modifier. So click on the right mouse button, okay, and you can see the source of this control is by the control switch. So, okay, now the value of the control switch depends of the mapping you set up on this matrix. Remember, controllers, control switch per scenes. Okay, I put on the scene number 3 of the control switch number 2. I can do the same for the control switch 2, 3, 4, and so on. But I have now only control switch 1, and I can decide scene by scene if the control switch goes on and off and on and off. This is really simple because the effect now is here, so you can see. I am on the C, go to the amp, and the scene number 4, you can see this control switch is, the boost is on. When I select scene number 1, tac, magic! And it is the same effect that I switch on and off the drive boost, but I save the drive itself, okay? So scene number 4 has less volume and less gain. And you can hear there is not only the volume increase, but also the frequency range in the mid range is mod mid range, and this is really helpful to for the solo, okay, to go out of the mix. For example, in the recent part, I wanted to have the wide rhythm, so with the pitch. So let's come back to the Steve Stevens sounds, and let's check if my sound can be in this mix. Yeah. Do the solo. Okay, guys, very, very funny. So, this, when I switch from rhythm the lead, you don't see so big difference in the volume, but you can see, you can hear the solo. Of course, you can increase the volume, but the sound itself is out of the mix, and I like it. Okay, so I can also create a clean sound. For example, the two. Let's select the clean sound, so the patch is also complete. For the clean sound, I can select the amp. The 65 normal. I like it so. Check. Okay. No, 69, 65. Okay. Save. Let me check. Okay, let's me. Okay. Okay, so I can also create, for example, another lead sound with the pitch detune also. So select the scene number 3, copy this scene to scene number 1, copy current series to scene number 1. Okay, I call lead 1, lead plus, for example. Yes. And also enable the pitch. Okay, and I sometimes, if I need, for example, different pitch values, different pitch settings for the distortion and clean, I like to use different. For example, this is the dual detune on for the rhythm part. I can do this. Copy these settings from channel A to channel B. So copy channel A to channel B. Okay. So I have the channel B is the same of channel A in this moment. I go to the clean, for example, and for the clean, I want more detune effects, for example. So I select the B channel with identical to the A channel, but I raise up the level. So this is the difference between the two channels. And I save it. So you have different settings from the same effect using the block channels. Okay, I mean with the, do you make this overtones with the black? What is black? I don't know what is black. Plex, I don't know. I don't use anything. This is the preset is what I shown before. Nothing special. I can do also the same with the delay. For example, I copy, for example, the delay effect. Okay, stereo delay. Copy channel A to channel B, for example, and for the C, I increase the mix value. Okay. So when I select the clean channel, I have more pitch detune and more delay. You mean these things, okay? I do this overtones using the side of the thumb. The side of the thumb, I pick and I touch immediately the string with the side of the thumb. Okay, very nice, guys. Okay, what can I tell you more? I only tell you that now I save these presets. I can add, if you want, there is a phaser also. There is a why you can use that you want. I prefer to add a compressor for the clean sound. Okay, let me check the clean sound. I always put a compressor. So, okay, that is nice. So verify that the compressor is switched off on the scene, distorted scene. Okay, now I switch off. Now okay, it's off. Now is off, is okay. So I save. I can create, for example, another scene completely clean. So I call this one as clean plus. Okay, I copy this scene to, as you want. Of course, you can do what you want. Copy current to scene number 5. I call this as a clean, normal clean. So I switch off the pitch and the delay, for example. This is very useful for the funky. So this is a patch that's very, very, very flexible. Save this one. This is the clean plus. So I call this as a rhythm plus, okay. I also create a scene without the tune, scene number 6. So I copy this scene to the scene number 6, where I call rhythm, normal rhythm, okay, without plus, and I switch off the pitch and switch off the delay. So this is only crunch. Oh, I forgot things, guys. I tell you that this is the lead with the CC boost is on. But also, I call also this lead. Okay, the controller is copied. Okay, it's correct. When I copy the scene, this is a new features because this didn't occur in the past. So when I copy the scenes, also the status of the control switch is copied. So now is correct. So I create the rhythm. And nothing else. And also create, for example, the rhythm with the phase. Let me check. Copy this into 7. I create another scene with the phaser. Switch on. So now it's nice. Switch on the delay. So I call this as a rhythm vibe. Okay. And I can create a clean vibe. Why not? So I have 8 scenes. So I copy this scene to scene number 8. Okay. Number 8, I call it clean vibe. Okay, I can switch on the delay. I can switch on the phaser. Very nice. Save it. guys, this is all. I saved this preset, and you can find this preset on the g66.eu together with this tutorial, of course. If you have any question, if you see this live stream in a second, sorry, okay, I will change the. Okay, if you see this this live stream not in live, you can put your question below the video. Of course, you can contact me, and you can find this preset, as I told you, on the g66.eu or on my store. You can find my store on my website, www.marcofanton.it. Okay, and I will put the link below the video. What can I say? Nothing else. I can play something for you, and I can say you ciao, because I have to prepare my gear for the tonight gig. But before to leave you, I wanted to play some things for you. Why not? Why not? Okay. So let me check what I can play now. The backing track, for example. This one, it could be nice. Let's see. Yeah. So select the clean. Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you very much for your attention. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and enjoy your music. Thank you so much. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice Saturday. Have a nice Sunday. To all my friends, and I hope to see my Italian guys this evening to my concert. Very close. Thank you so much. Thank you, Andreas. Thank you, Smoker. Thank you to everybody, guys. Don't forget to follow me. Thank you so much. Bye. Ciao, ciao.